How's it going, everybody? Let me check volume. Looking good. Continuing on, Mark 15. And Pilate marveled if he were already dead and called unto him the centurion. He asked him whether he had been any while dead. And when he knew it of the centurion, he gave the body to Joseph. And he bought fine linen and took him down and wrapped him in linen, laid him in a sepulchre which was hewn out of a rock, rolled a stone unto the door of the sepulchre. So it was sealed with a gigantic boulder, rock. When Mary Magdalene and Mary, the mother of Joses, beheld where he was laid. And when the Sabbath was past, Mary Magdalene and Mary, the mother of James, and Salome had bought sweet spices that they might come and anoint him. And very early in the morning, the first day of the week, they came unto the sepulchre at the rising of the sun. And they said among themselves, who shall roll away the stone from the door of the sepulchre, this boulder? And when they looked, they saw that the stone was already rolled away because it was big. And entering into the sepulchre, they saw a young man sitting on the right side, clothed in a long white garment. And they were scared. We'll continue that tomorrow, good Lord willing. And we're going to do all of Revelation 4 today. We're going to catch up and sync the columns. Remember, we did each letter to the 7 churches individually, so we don't have synced up columns right now because I'm on column 3 in my Mark study, and usually that's what it would be in Revelation or Daniel also, except for when we do the letters. We like to do the letters one at a time. It throws us off, so we're going to sync them back in a few days, good Lord willing. After this, I looked, and behold, a door was opened. So this is Revelation 4. We're going to read all of it today. Opened in heaven, and the first voice which I heard was as it were a trumpet talking with me, which said, come up here, I'm going to show you things which are going to happen moving forward. And immediately I, John, was in the Spirit, and behold, a throne was set in heaven, and one sat on the throne. Well, this would be the sovereign God, of course. And he that sat was to look upon like jasper and a sardine stone. And there was a rainbow round about the throne, in the sight like unto an emerald. And round about the throne were 24 seats. And upon the seats I saw 24 elders. That's 24, by the way, clothed in white raiment. And they had on their heads crowns of gold. And out of the throne proceeded lightnings and thunderings and voices. And there were 7 lamps. Remember, 7's a number for cleansing. That's why it's all throughout Revelation. There were 7 lamps of a burning fire before the throne, which are the 7 spirits of God. And before the throne, there was a sea of glass like unto crystal. And in the midst of the throne and round about the throne were 4 beasts, full of eyes before and behind. And the first beast was like a lion, the second beast like a calf, the third beast had the face as a man, and the fourth beast was like a flying eagle. And the 4 beasts, which had each of them 6 wings about him, and they were full of eyes within, and they rest not day and night, saying, Holy, 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 Lord God Almighty, which is, and is to come. And when those 4 beasts give glory and honor and thanks to him that sat on the throne, who liveth forever and ever, the 24 elders fall down before him that sat on the throne and worship him that liveth forever and ever, and cast their crowns before the throne, saying, Thou art worthy, O Lord, to receive glory and honor and power, for thou hast created all things, and for thy pleasure they are and were created. Man has no free will. Everything's the will of the Lord. And so that's why I tell you that's the sovereign God. It's not the God of the Old Testament or the God of the New Testament. Jesus is it. Because the sovereign God would not be reacting. Remember, the God of the Old Testament is reacting to what the Jews did, but we know that God, the sovereign God, has ordained the end from the beginning. So we know that the God of the Old Testament is just following the role the sovereign God ordained he would play. Now, it's all God, it's all one God, but I explain it to people. Think of it like a movie where you have the writer, director, producer is the same person, which is easy to do when making a movie. If they have the financial backing, we would assume that our sovereign God has unlimited funds in this situation. And he then not only is the writer, director, producer of the movie, but he is even going to come in and perform in the movie, playing himself in roles that he has created that he's going to play. That's what the Bible is. All right. Anyway, I'm glad you're here. I love you very much. Ask questions anytime. That's what I'm here for.